All right, testing, testing. What is going on, party people? I hope this is working. Is anybody even there? All right, go ahead and try this out. Sorry if you guys joined the last one. Let's go ahead and try this out. Go ahead and cut down that music. We are just gonna go ahead and exit. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, I think I'm just gonna have to start doing night streams. I don't think anybody's doing it in right now. That's okay. Yeah, what do we got in here? Like 2 people? I might be one of them. Just to make sure my stream's not rugging again. I could not get chat to work for the first view. So if you're in here, say hi. I just want to make sure chat's working, honestly. Let's see. Get some more people in here. Good morning. Good morning, Gio. How you doing, bro? Okay, cool. Chat is working. Would like to see it. I hate how much latency there is on the stream. So when I'm talking, it's like a pretty big delay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking out the delay. Um, all right. Let's go ahead and get into it. Check out a few things. So first things first, let's go ahead and open up some loot. Because who doesn't love that? For all my rems in chat. Not only still TPS is rugging. Yeah, basically. OBS has been really weird lately with I was trying to start the chat and for some reason it saved that this was for kids. So it wouldn't let me open up chat. So I started 2 streams and probably scared people off if anybody was even listening to this. But this is why we're trying out the 10 a.m. slot over here is to see who can come. Obviously, we had a big turnout for the first stream. I was pretty pumped about that. I figured this was going to be a less viewed stream, and I might even just switch to just doing night streams in general, so like 9 p.m. shows. But it really just depends on what everybody's schedule looks like. So, was hoping to get more people from like Asia and whatnot because this is like night for them. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and open up some loot. On the agenda today, we'll be talking about some projects that have some really exciting stuff coming up, the state of P2E gaming, and I really hate using P2E. Should be play and earn. Had some really exciting talks with Stud over at Remnants for anybody who's not familiar with it. Um, talk about the state of mint fatigue because holy shit, there's a lot of mint fatigue. We saw what happened with Hello Panthers cutting their supply just to sell out and say they sold out. Um, talk about the state of launch pads. There was a very interesting space last night. If anybody was available to watch that or listen in, um, we're also. I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna see if I can get like some bigger. Get Shaken here. Get Dorian. See if I can get Alexander. They're probably all in spaces right now. Look, it's early, so I don't really expect too many people to come in. But I'd rather not just sit here and talk to myself. But I know these guys were interested in the stream at some point, so definitely wanted to do that. But yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about what's going on. Hey, what's going on, Rude? Yo, your 1 of 1 Remnant is insane. I love it. I mean, I'm not a big Man U fan, but shit, it's sick. Kunga is absolutely goated. And we'll talk a little bit about Remnants today and why I'm so excited for it. Like, I think everybody's getting carried away by how long the update's taking. What's up, Gav? Yo, Ghost Kid is popping off. I want to know more about Ghost Kid. I feel like I'm like about to FOMO in. What do you think the entry on Shin Sengoku will be on secondary? You know, honestly, I'm at the point where I actually bought a lot of whitelist tokens, and we can talk about um that because I do want to talk about Shin because I think that is the one mint outside of Bubble Goose and Duppies that I'm actually excited for because I know what they're building. And I've gotten into the beta. It's going to be a game that's released on launch. Whitelist tokens are going for like 0.25 Sol right now. So, you know, keep that in mind. It really is not that bad. Let's go. Dusty Survival Guide. Um, it's really not that bad of an entry point at that. I think it's low risk. It's only a 2 Sol mint. It's actually 1.95 because in order to get the tokens, they use something called Gib token, their little claymore for whitelist tokens. So it's 1.95. You're talking about a point. I think it's 0.24. We can check real quick on the famous Fox site. And yeah, they're 0.24 right now. So you're looking at a 2.19 mint if you want to grab one off of secondary for a whitelist token. And honestly, it's such a cool game. I think it'll be very basic at first, but it'll at least be something to play. What's up, stud? Yeah, we're going to be talking about REMs today. Obviously, nothing that we discussed yesterday, but just kind of talking about, sorry about that, the future of play and earn games and blockchain gaming, because I think everybody is going about it right, but it's just so infantile and nobody's thinking about the long term scale of their game. They're either trying to release something to compete with AAA gaming right off the rip, which you're not going to compete with EA Sports. You're not going to compete with like Activision or Blizzard. You're not. Yeah, the attention's going to be focused on them. Um, and anything you try to do to sway it to where it's like earn focused, it's just going to take away from the fun, and it's not going to be sustainable at first. So you find a stud awake. Yeah, Gev. I personally, I think grabbing one or two is not a bad bet. And we kind of saw what happened with Ludi's. Ludi's was like a zero point 0.3 whitelist token too, and it shot up to 40 Sol. Like it's simple, it's fun. You open up loot boxes. It's a different kind of gambling, essentially. Like it was fun. I cannot believe I missed it. I was in the Discord for forever, and Discord meta is just rough to work with. Do I think Remnants is the best play to earn game on Solana? Yeah, but I hate P2E, like the whole sentiment of P2E. I like the fact that it's play and earn. Um, like if I wanted to, I have a bunch of trolleys saved up. I can go ahead and sell those OTC in the Discord. I'm excited for the fact that we get a marketplace here soon. I think that'll be the biggest part of the next update, as well as LP, as well as stamina, land, companions. Correct me if I'm wrong, Stud, are coming up in an update past that. I talked with Tom about that, but man, I've been hitting some Dusty Survival Guides this morning. Let's go. Um, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to sweep more shins on secondary. Yeah, me too. Evil Flanders, me too. I'm just bullish on builders, man, and none of the stuff that has come out yet. I'm interested in Wobblebug because it's a little bit more unique art. I think it'll do decent, but honestly, I think everybody's just so fatigued from mints that we're not gonna see quite the volume that everybody wanted to. Um, and we can go over to Magic Eden and talk about that a little bit. But going back to play and earn games, I think right now everybody's so focused on building up that user base, making a game, and trying to attract attention to it. And they're doing it either one of two ways. One, I think, is the right way, and it's just making a simple game. Like Remnants isn't anything revolutionary in its current state, right? It's like gamified staking. You just send them on loot trips, and you get loot back in return. It's a nice dopamine hit. It's fun. The community is outrageous for how tight knit it is and how underappreciated it is. Um, and it's refreshing to see. I think Shin Sengoku is going to follow in the same foot. I love the community over there. The people obviously care about it. How they grew the community too, where a lot of these other mints came in and they're all about hyping up the project. They're doing a whole bunch of whitelist giveaways with the other hype mints. and they're just kind of like cross-pollinating their users. They're incentivizing botted users to make it look like they're hyped up. And then we saw how well they did at first. And then since we have mint fatigue, people are just scared off right now. I think there will still be good entry points in Shin, but I'm also bullish on the fact that the people who are in the Shin Discord, the people that have whitelist, are mainly those who actually want to hold on and mint. So bullish on that fact. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, Remnants is simple yet addictive, and I'm bullish on those kind of games. You can build out from that so much. And the plans that Stud and I came up with to kind of scale the game, I think can be like huge. So I'm not going to talk anything about details or anything like that, but I'm incredibly excited. I love the fact that, you know, I'm part of a team that is so forward thinking, that has the attention, that has the platform to actually make gaming fun, scalable, and have the option to earn in this environment. Because we've seen so many, right? DeFi Pirates was DeFi focused. We saw them fall flat on their face because they couldn't deliver. Botborgs, Bobos of War are some other ones that came to mind that just they fell flat on their face because they kept trying to like over deliver on a game. Just make a simple game and you can build it out from there. Have rolling updates. You know, just go from there. But sad to see Shin Sengoku isn't getting as much hype as they deserve. Honestly, that's fine. Like, I want people to realize that there is artificial hype and then there's like good hype. There's good community. And I think they're just building the foundation correctly. Do I think Remnants is the best P2E game? Yeah, I do. Again, I hate P2E. And thank you for subscribing, Networking. I really appreciate that. Helps me grow the channel. Ready to sweep more shins. We already talked about that. Yes. Is it showing 0.15? Dude, that is a steal. That is a 2.1 mint. Just Ape was a 5. So you could have got 2 Shin Sengokus and still had enough for lunch at that price. So yeah, I'm really bullish on them. I'm curious as to, you know, I wish I could talk to Ryan a little bit about his choice to go with Shiba Pad. I've never even heard of them. I would have gone with at least Chain Dragons. Would have really matched the whole, you know, Shogun era style of game they're going for. We can talk about this. Dude, what is Skelly's DAO? This is definitely a Ghost Kid derivative. That's sad. I haven't earned anything. And Remnants because I hoard everything and buy camp to get more keys. Exactly. Yeah, I think I've done about 7 transactions, and mainly 5 of them were buys and 2 of them were sells, just to get some liquidity, like extra liquidity. I didn't feel like selling any of the NFTs I had at the time, so just had some spare like survival guides and stuff that I ended up selling. I have sold a little bit of camp before, but I bought infinitely more. And I'm just so bullish on the camp token itself. I think we got big plans for it. So yeah, I'm hoarding all my loot right now until we get more information from the update. What's up, Shake? But dude, gaming can be such a big sector. If we just tackle it right, if we scale it right, you know, I'm bullish on the fact that like people still have attention to games. I love that games like Shin Sengoku's doing a 5K mint, and I'm all right with that. In the immediate, you just have to focus on that player base, right? The people who actually care about the game. You're hoping to get like 1,000+ players that are active in the community, and I think just capping a collection size will help you do that. It's people that are incentivized, they're tied to an NFT. They're like, shit, I love this NFT. If you haven't seen the art for Shin Sengoku, we can go ahead and check it out real quick. But it's insane. I love the art. And yo, let me turn up my desktop volume for this. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but yo, this trailer is so dope. This gives me chills, dude. Good fucking morning, dude. Let's go. I'm so excited to mint this. Shin Sengoku. Yeah, I need to retweet this. Dude, they're just not getting... that, and I'm fine with that. This is going off my thesis of like Ludi's was a good example, and I think Shin's going to be a great example of people who actually value the thing. They start sharing screenshots of like a game that's working, and they start getting the attention they deserve. Bought some Shin whitelist, but feel they will dip on secondary. That's you know, honestly, that's fine for me. I like the idea of paying a little bit of a premium even on the dip to get something a little bit more rare. I have some left over in case people fumble the bag on some rarer, because dude, the art's so good. Look at this. I mean, they show some of the other ones. I'm trying to see. Let's go to media. Yeah, that one looks sick. That one definitely looks sick. Where's the fallen warrior? I want to see if I can find a fallen warrior. They're not gonna make this easy for me, huh? I don't know. They all look sick to me. I mean, just all of them. Holy shit. Yes, there we go. Holy fuck. That looks so good. That looks so good. Ugh. I'm so excited. So this is the first time I've been excited for a mint in a while. Obviously, super stoked for Bubble Goose. If you guys don't know about Bubble Goose and you've been living under a rock, we could talk a little bit about that project. But I've brought them up before. This is the first collection at a Wagme Beach outside of Catalina, Wales. Um, and what a hard hitter. Part of me kind of wishes they warmed up with beach whales first before they went into literally a goat project. If you don't know who Carl Jones is, he was a producer for the Boondocks. I think he was lead producer for Black Dynamite. Both of them fucking hilarious. And he was just kind of censored or directed by the big TV companies. So he's trying to like break the mold and start an NFT Web3 kind of studio. And I think this is unreal. Um, yeah, so if you guys haven't, they're both on HBO Max if you're in the States. I don't know where they are elsewhere, but um, yeah, so good. So I'm excited for both of those. And then if I had um, Duppy's whitelist, I would definitely be going for that. I don't own a D God or a Dead God right now. The dust equivalent for what you need to mint one of those is a lot to me. It's a lot, but I understand where they're coming from. Like you want to enrich the ecosystem. You want to create buy pressure for dust and reward your holders. I'm fine with it. I love the approach they're going for, and I think that yeah, Boondocks is so fucking good, dude. It is unreal. That show changed my childhood, or I guess my teenage years. Right? That was eye opening for me. Like I grew up in the suburbs, you know, and like I didn't get exposure to that culture and that style of humor. And like all I got to see was kind of I didn't get to see behind the veiled curtain of like what actually happened. And dude, it's so good. It's so funny. Um, so yeah, I'm hugely bullish on Bubble Goose. I do think they'll go ballistic. I think they will do okay Bears numbers. And for I don't know if you guys saw the space last night. Was hilarious, dude. Nate Rivers was I'm just going in rambling circles about Magic Eden Launchpad and all that good stuff. Dude, if you got a whitelist token for 0.17, I'm so jealous. Rude, thank you so much for subscribing, by the way. I appreciate that. I need to get subscriber notifications on so I have that more in real time instead of looking at my feed. But thank you so much. The 0.17 whitelist token is a steal for Shinsen Goku. And again, you're talking about low risk right now, right? I mean, it's sub 40 soul. You're talking a 2.12 mint. And I think that if you just give it a few days, people will start to see the value. People will start seeing people having fun. So it's up to us to kind of share that experience with other people. And I can do that via live stream. So I'll probably do some battles next time around because mint isn't until later today. And I'm getting a call from Tennessee. I'm not going to answer it. Hopefully, it's not a real estate client. But nonetheless, I've never played Remnants any good. Yes. Alex, we can talk about, you know, I wish there was a renting service so people can play, but it's just a super simple and addictive game. I think, you know, the same thing goes for Shin Sengoku. It will be part of my routine where I wake up every day, I claim, I send them back out on loot trips. I'll do the same with Shin Sengoku. So really bullish on these kind of simpler gamified staking games. This one's PvP focused too, so it's a little bit different. It kind of itches a different scratches a different itch as far as my gaming desires go. Since Shake is in here, one, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what's coming up as far as the channel goes. So number one, we will have Hello Moon is going to be on our 9 p.m. segment next week. So 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, we'll get Hello Moon. If you guys don't know who they are the goats who created this, and they keep adding so many features. Like if I go to Looties, like I was talking about earlier, it's a 3 soul mint price. They went absolutely ballistic. I haven't opened up any loot boxes yet, but you can obviously see they're rewarding their holders pretty well. The art's pretty good. I actually really like the Looties art, but that's just me. And you can see like all the mint prices. You can see the current floor price. You can see all the social activity. So we can see like, if any whales are buying this, anybody with significant following before they shill it. So you can see if like Solstice or somebody's, buying it before they shill, which is always fun. But you get unique holders. This is a more accurate holder count too. Don't use Magic Eden. I don't know if you guys have before, but don't use the Magic Eden unique holder count. It is not good. It's not good. So they come up with a ton, and they also show you kind of like who's holding what amount. They also tell you if they're an Epic Soul Whale or have a Pinnacle NFT winner. I don't even know what that means, but yo, what's up, JPEG? I hope you guys are doing fantastic this morning. Seriously, I love the fact that I get to wake up and just talk NFTs with y'all. It's huge. So we are getting Hello Moon on the 9 p.m. segment, and then 10 a.m. we'll be getting my boy Shake up here to talk a little bit about the Tensei ceremony, their updated branding, which looks so good. Kind of putting it in like the like a cyberpunk kind of world, Neo Tokyo kind of world. Yeah, I love going on Hello Moon and seeing that Nerd is labeled as an NFT loser. Even though he's not, he's going to be the most big brain player ever. If we succeed on some of the plans that Stud and I talked about yesterday, it's going to be massive. But yeah, we'll be getting Shake on here to talk a little bit about the Cyber Samurai project. I'm obviously very bullish on it. I got 10 now. I'm looking to get 20, but I'll have to get more liquidity. I was just checking like my soul balance and my cold storage, and I don't know if I really want to spend much more than I have right now, just to keep some liquidity on hand. But yeah, there's so many good projects coming out right now, guys. And if you just look past all the hype, if you just look past the current meta of, and we can look at it too, at least Hello Panther looks way better than the Dick Nose Goats, in my opinion. But I'm so tired of, Mouse in the House, bunnies and homies. I don't know if they're going for homies or homies when they say it. Oh, they are going for homies. For some reason, I thought they put in another M. Great Goats. Like I'm so tired of this meta. Like we're running out of farm animals, y'all. Can leak some alpha, dude. I'm so excited for it. I'm honestly just incredibly bullish on people that are transparent in this space, that want to help this space out. That's the people I kind of want to invest in, that are doing cool shit too. Like this is the Great Goats meta, the Just 8 meta. The OK Bears are even fumbling right now. They haven't even got their wristbands out yet, dude. I will say that's the one thing I heard last night that Nate Rivers was getting super upset about. They don't have wristbands yet. Like it's so dumb. One thing, you couldn't pre-order it and deliver it to people and get addresses and stuff like that, PO boxes, whatever they want to do. You couldn't do that one thing. So, I love that dude. Blocksmith flipped OK Bears. Let's go. Love people doing. Any announcement on Bubble Goose mint price? No, they talked about it on Spaces yesterday that it was going to be either tomorrow or possibly Friday, I believe. So we can check it out, but I don't see anything, dude. It's unique and refreshing, man. He's been thinking about this shit for a while. Um, and the fact that they're getting whales involved. Whales are some of the most diamond-handed motherfuckers in the space. If I had to guess mint price, though, I mean, it could be up to 5 Sol, and I wouldn't bat an eye because I know where this is going. Especially with Duppies, if you look at the Sol equivalent price, it's pretty gigantic. I think it's like 20 Sol or something like that, and it keeps going up because dust keeps being in demand. But I don't know. I want them to get as many people on board as possible, and I know they have a huge following in Africa. Like, that's awesome. That's another reason I'm super bullish on Bubble Goose is, like, look at the geography. We haven't seen as much representation from the people from Africa, and they're getting so excited about this project. Like, if you see them, they're dancing with, like, pictures of Bubble Goose. They're, like, handing out flyers and stuff. It's insane. How about you go ahead and buy Ghost Kid live on stream? No, you guys pumped too much, man. I should have bought at 8. I told you I should have bought at 8. I didn't buy at 8. I'm obviously you can't replicate community too. So, like, where is it? If we go to the 1 hour, I love that meat colonies also exploding too. I don't know if you guys saw that, but they're over 4 Sol now. I think it's because they got Binance Labs to invest in the project. So uh, that's exciting. That's exciting. I would love to see an OG project like Me Colony actually like make it in this space amidst all this crap that's going on right now. But yeah, this is a total derived project. I mean, that is like Ghost Kids to a T. So, but you can't replicate the community and you can't replicate the team. So if you invest in community, team, builders, uh, the project, I wouldn't invest too much in the project. And here's why is because like you can see other people forming the same utility. But if you invest in the builders, you invest in the transparent builders, forward focused builders, uh, and the community surrounding them, like that's a winning recipe right there. Obviously, we want good art. That's why I'm bullish on Bothead, right? This art is insane. I don't think anybody like Skelly's our ass. Yeah, Blocksmith Labs. Yeah, they pumped to 130. I don't know, but they keep pumping, and it just goes to show. Like I think the art's cool, but I don't think it's anything like groundbreaking. I think it's really cool. I wish there was a little bit more variation of like the stance and whatnot. It's my same thing with like Jacan, but it goes back to one thing I've said for the longest time is like my biggest losses come because I didn't buy it because I didn't like the art, and then like some of my biggest losses also come because I bought because I like the art. So don't just make your decisions a one factor thing. Like it shouldn't just be about the art. It should also be about the team. It should also be about the community. It should also be about what they're building or what they're working towards, and have they hit their goals. Are counting their next partner today too? Yeah, yeah. I whatever the price is right now, I think it's FUD. Obviously, not financial advice. I think the fact that this is still 6.9 is FUD. I like DJ and Dojo too. It's been a stable coin lately though, so I them and who else? What is that? Astrals, Astrals. The Shack project has it took a little bit of a hit, dude. It was staying at like that 10 to 13 Sol range for forever. Um, Also, the technique for this art, the like 3D like model, as well as the attention to detail, super sick. But I hate the art. Like I don't think it looks good. So um, but yeah, I'm super excited to have Shake on to talk a little bit about Cyber Samurai. I think this project is just widely undervalued. They're obviously OGs, dude. Their floor price was at like 0.3 Sol, so they've obviously come back from the depths of hell to revive this, to make it what they envisioned it to be, to get some old devs off the books and really take over this project how they envisioned. I'm bullish on this team, bullish on the artwork. The artwork's going to be insane. It is literally the first front-facing PFP that I'm like over the moon about. I think it's insanely good looking. We'll have Shake on for 10 a.m. Eastern next week. So this time next week, it'll kind of be a birthday stream too. Also, for anybody who wished me happy birthday on Twitter, I just set my birthday before I doxed as 6969. So yeah, I appreciate it. But what's going on, Dorian? From Tensei We Rise. Exactly. Dorian, we're going to talk after this. I'm excited for that. Dorian's one of the people that, like, every single thought I have, Dorian has either already thought it or is sharing the thought at the same time as me. So, love connecting with like-minded people. Let's see, what else am I looking at? Yeah, those are the projects I'm really looking at. Chacon, the one project I think will actually do well that recently minted, where is it? Vandal City. I think Vandal City has actually built up a pretty dope community. Less than 10% listed right now, which a lot of these new projects have like 20% listed. Um, I one of the big things is their staking went live after a day. They've announced utility for the token. They have 3 alpha teams, and I love this idea, that are competing against each other for whitelist spots. They're DGOG connected. I think the art's pretty dope, but some of the traits just like don't match for me. I also hate the hand up, dude. Like, do something different. I know it's the Jacon artist as well, and Jacon might do something, but I would be more bullish on Vandal City. Happy birthday, thanks. Next Friday. So the next Thursday stream will kind of be my birthday stream. I'm taking Friday off. I'm gonna hang out with fam. We got family coming into town. It's Father's Day here in the States for anybody not in the States, but yeah, I covered it for like 2 seconds flat. But they announced their $7.5 million seed funds, and Binance is like leading in the charge on that. Holy shit, they already pumped to 6.4. I suck. I suck at this game sometimes. Like, you want to know who sold all his me colonies like a month ago? It was for like a marginal win after fees. Like, I'm talking zero point 0.1 soul maybe. But dude, of course they did. Well, whatever. Honestly, like I said, I'm not gonna FOMO back in. There's always the next one. I love that Binance is investing in them, and I love the premise of their game, like a Discord light kind of game. Again, we're going back to that. If you're doing a blockchain game, make it somewhat simple, right? Make it somewhat simple. I do think gaming is going to incur a bull run in this bear market. Like, the people who are actually building, they're making fun games. Games are going to be where a lot of people like wait out this bear market and still want to be involved in the NFT space. I think games have a real chance of capturing a lot of attention, and if you have something ready right now, I think it's going to be, um, like a huge, huge way to just wait out the bear market and have value opportunity right there. So, like I said, Remnants, Shin, Sengoku today. Congrats to everybody who bought. Literally, I would have paid a soul for my whitelist token happily. Anything under that is kind of FUD. So if you bought like Gavin did at 0.17, then that's a dub in my book. So congrats to you guys. Still think Bothead, once they release their upcoming partners, they release their tools for public, they release staking. The people who are staked in Botheads are going to get a cut of the dev tools. So like the whitelist tools and whitelist management that projects can use for a sole fee, like we'll get it. So I'm invested in Pothead. I'm invested in Bothead. I get revenue from both. Like this is a no-brainer for me. And if they keep announcing awesome partners and whitelist meta continues to be a thing, which it will, it's going to be great for us because we'll get first come first serve tools, so we'll be able to get those first come first serve real quick, and we'll also get rev share from the projects that are using the whitelist management tools. Like, I think Bothead is probably one of the biggest no-brainers. I think Cyber Samurai, clearly a no-brainer. Like, there's the fact that it's under 10 soul before Tensei. is FUD to me. We talked a little bit about Famous Fox on the last one, how I think they can monetize better. And I wish they would just like the art itself is fine. Just make some different skins. Like people care a lot about skins to help differentiate some of these foxes. That's all they need to do. They do that, they're fine. But I looking over everything, like if you want exposure to the fox system, I think that trans-dimensional foxes are a better buy in my opinion. They're a fourth of the price. You still get access to a bunch of the ecosystem. Um, it that seems like a no-brainer to me. Yeah, whitelist meta isn't going anywhere. There's a ton near point 0.2. Yeah, I bought 3 yesterday at like 0.25, so I'm not too upset about it. Like, what's 0.05 Sol these days? It's like $2. I'm fine with it. I know where Shin is going. I know the kind of team they have, and I will continue to invest in builders. Italians, I will be selling some stuff to get into Italians. Italians? Do we know if it's Italians or Italians? I hate saying projects' names wrong. Um, Solana Money Boys, I think, is definitely interesting. I'm not buying anything yet, but very interesting. Talked about remnants, and if there's one blue chip I want to own right now, it's the fucking whales, dude. They just announced too, if you bought after the timer for um, Diamond Fin status, and you're buying it before Friday at midnight Pacific Standard Time, so 3 a.m. here, then you will have a chance to do like a kind of a first come first serve mint during a certain mint period. So make sure you are by your computer because I think Bubble Goose can be like huge. I happen to win an extra whitelist spot from the Dusty store. Thought that would be smart to invest some dust in. Hindsight 2020, I didn't know where dust was going, but I'm glad I did. I still won the Bubble Goose spot. It was a pretty risky play, but I'm happy I did. I think Bubble Goose is going to be amazing. Am I in Akari still? Yes. Unfortunately. Oh, do we want to talk about what Akari did wrong? I can tell you exactly what they did wrong. One, Akari's sick, but they needed to do. Akari just sounds way too similar to Azuki, first off. The art is incredible. Like, Jaquwa, I think is her name. She's on Twitter. This art is insanely good. This is like Mappa level animation style art. What they did wrong was they introduced staking and a liquidity pool way too soon. Way too soon. All you were doing when you were staking, when you were adding to the liquidity pool to get bonds, to siphon liquidity out of the pool and add glow back in, is you're just selling, you're just adding sell pressure there. There was no utility for the token. They tried doing, we can go over to, I mean, they just did so many steps wrong. Again, I'm not going to show you guys. I'm not going to type in anything like that. But the shrine. Let's go to the shrine. They're going to pop up. Yeah, you're going to pop up and ask me for my... But they tried to do the shrine where you get charms, which all they did was you can stake them to earn the same amount of glow, their token, as Akari. How soon late should projects add staking and LPs? I think they can add staking day one. Staking's not the problem. Like, you should reward people for holding your NFT. I like seeing staking platforms that have a lockup period, because just like influencers, just like that you bring onto the team, just like the team itself, I would love to see vesting periods be more of a thing. Like, I want them to have to hold their NFTs, to hold the funds or anything like that in escrow for, it's rough saying 30 days, but you should be held to higher standards. You should make them hold their stuff for at least 30 days. I don't want to say like a year or anything like that. One, the project needs to survive. You need to fund the team members with something, and mint funds are a great way to raise capital so they have some reserves on the side so they can continue to like eat and whatnot while they're building the project. But yeah, there should be better vesting period. I love the idea of a vesting period if you get whitelist. Yeah, I do too. But I also like the fact that, like, people who get whitelist can help find the market. I like whitelist tokens, right? I think if in current meta, if I were to select anything, I would say whitelist tokens are probably my favorite way to go about it, because let's say you allocated some to people And as the project went on, they didn't like what they heard, or they weren't like as, you know, open to the idea of your project anymore. Like, let them sell. Let them find other people that are going to be interested in your project. That's fine with me. But I do think if you're going to introduce staking, you should say, hey, I'm going to include some sort of reward, whether it is some sort of cosmetic for your NFT, whether it is merch down the line, like Wagbo wristbands or something. You can only get them if you're staked. Um, whether it's soft staking like Cyber Samurai is going to do, where you get to earn merch, you get to earn airdrops like NFTs down the road, where I'm sure they'll do trading cards and comics and stuff like that. If you have it delisted and just in your wallet, like I don't think there's anything fundamentally wrong with staking. It's the fact that, like, if you create an LP right off the rip and say, yeah, you stake, you earn these tokens, and you can trade them for USDC immediately, you didn't add any demand for it. Like, look how well Dust is doing. Dust didn't add an LP. They just got on Radium and said, like, yeah, you guys can add liquidity if you want to. And the demand created its own liquidity pool, right? I wish there was more liquidity in Dust, but um, that's just me. Okay, I love the idea of vesting period. If you get whitelist, let's say you get 100 whitelist tokens, how would you vest them out? So I would personally do it to where, like, give them a week. So if I was an influencer and I got 100 whitelist tokens, first off, awesome. Um, I don't think there's anything wrong with rewarding influencers. Now, I think 100's a lot, but yeah, you should, like, if people are helping you market your project and they believe in it too. The hardest part is finding people who actually, like, will believe in it, but you can control that with vesting. So you can say, hey, after a week, you can sell like 20% of what you minted. Um, After the next week, you can maybe not, I don't want to say the next week. After a month, you can sell the next 20%. After the first quarter, you can sell the next 20%. And then by the end of the year, you can sell the rest of your 40%. Like that would be how I would vest. And you really find the people that are, like, interested in the project. That's a long vesting period. But I think it's enough that it's lucrative that they cover their costs on that first 20%, and the rest of it will just ride, and they're in your project. They're here with you. They're not just influencing the pre-marketing, but they're here to, like, help convey the value of your project. That would be how I would do it personally. Um, it's tough because you have to then see if there's, like, candy machine mechanics where you can say, like, hey, if they're minting with this token, they have to be vested for 7 days, and then it unlocks the NFT, and then after a month, it unlocks those NFTs, and so on and so forth. That would be how I would do it. I don't know if that's possible. Somebody who's more technologically advanced can kind of weigh in on that. But yeah, that's what Akari did wrong. They didn't create enough demand for their project. They introduced merch, which, dude, it's a 2,222 collection size. Like, how many people do you think are going to be like wanting the merch? That's what they did wrong. They did everything backwards. Like, create demand for your token. That's all you have to do. And you can do that through, I mean, raffle method or raffle meta is, like, the easiest way to create demand for your token. If people see, like, a Blocksmith Labs like Reptilian Renegade did, people are going to want your token. One, simple. Started, sir. Go ahead and salute the man. What else do we want to talk about? What are some ways to create demand for tokens? So yeah, raffle meta, that's like Dust did that. You can also create, like, the whole Dead Gods opportunity where, yeah, you stake in order to get some sort of mutation, knowing that it's like, hey, we're gonna make it 1,000 dust in order to get it. So you can do mutations. It creates some sort of, like, um, popularity. It's like a social symbol, social status symbol within your community, especially a 10K collection size. Like, that was so smart. Frank's just a G when it comes to socially adding demand for dust and also stating, like, this is not a financial investment, as it shouldn't be. Your token should literally just be like a rewards points, right? So it could be, for instance, this Curse Labs. You guys can't see it right now. Curse Labs. I've been bullish on them since I saw they were getting away from the Zion protocol, the Zion token protocol, which is Solana Cat Cartel. And the reason being is because if they're creating their own token, now they can reward people. They do Airbnb arbitrage. So they can reward people holding Curse Labs with the opportunity to stay at their Airbnbs by exchanging and burning love tokens. So that's how it would be. I mean, in a game, it's a lot easier because you're, like, let's say Remnants, for instance. You're trying to buy keys and you're also trying to upgrade your items. So that alone creates its own self-sustaining demand for the token. If your game's fun, people are going to demand your token. I certainly have. I've bought a shit ton of camp. I will continue to buy camp. Honestly, I think it's undervalued right now. But yeah, if you want to create demand for your token, make a fun experience and make it tied to the token. Like, it's not that hard. You could earn, another thing I was thinking of too, and this might be like my most, I don't know why anybody hasn't thought of it, is like, how in Twitch, if you watch people for a certain amount of time, you get points that you can use on their channel to like highlight your message, make it bold, all that good stuff. You can also use it to like type something that pops up as an alert on the stream. Like, do social stuffs like that. Like, let people be like a moderator light, I don't know, for like an hour if they exchange a certain amount of points within the Discord. I think that would be a super fun social experience. Obviously, they can't like ban anybody. Maybe they can mute people. That would be funny. They get a certain amount of mutes in that hour. They can create temporary channels. It would also be detrimental because like you can let hackers and scammers and stuff like that kind of open up temporary channels. But it would be fun. Just stuff like that. I don't think enough people are experimenting. I think people are just following a meta, like raffle meta and auction meta. Those all work. Like I obviously they work. They create a lot of demand for a lot of different projects, but just use it within your ecosystem. That's it. That's how I would create demand. I don't even think you need a token either. Like, hot take. Most projects don't need a token. They just implement it. I think you just need soft staking like whales are doing, like Cyber Samurai will do, like Moonbirds are doing, where you get to earn cool shit down the road or access to cool shit. And that would be that. So, any burning questions from you guys right now? Because, yeah, I'm super excited for Shin Sengoku. I'm excited for... Can't find on me. Yeah, if you go to their Twitter page, so at Shin Sengoku NFT, and I can link this in the chat. Can I? Oh, I'm not signed in on my OBS. You guys are going to see me in a minute. Ooh. Yeah, you can just go there. You can go to Discord. Go ahead and check out everything. Ryan has a few good videos on like what's going on with it. When does Shin Sengoku mint? It's at 5 p.m. today, my time. And that's Eastern Standard Time, so adjust accordingly for your time zone. Yeah, they're not on Magic Eden because they haven't minted yet. So they're minting today. Waibara. If you want to buy a whitelist token, I'm gonna go ahead and refresh the Foxy market. They're gonna make me. Okay. I go to cam only real quick while I type this in. And then we're going to go back. And yeah, so let's see. Shin, if I just type that in. 0.16. That is a cheap mint, my friends. And then all these tokens too. They're all going to be burned if they don't mint. Somebody listed for 10. Love that. That's where it should be. You can wait to play secondary if you want to. I have no problem with that. I don't know where price is gonna go because if we're looking at a map, uh, see if I can open up like MS Paint or something like that. Yeah, let's get some paint going. So just about all mints these days, and before this, before OK Bears and whatnot, like this is how mints went. They went up from mint price, then they went back down, and then depending on how good the project was, it either shot up like this, or most times kept going down. Do I think it sells out in whitelist? Yeah. I think they're doing whitelist only. So they'll just reallocate whitelist tokens to other people. Actually, Evil Flanders probably knows more. So yeah, whitelist mint will last 1 hour. Okay, great. That's plenty of time for people. So hopefully you guys are by your computer. I have alarms set for 5 p.m. And I'm just bullish on builders, y'all. I think that's long story short. Let's see. What else we talking? Yet again, I just want to remind everybody that we will be having Shake on next Thursday, 10 a.m. We'll also be having Hello Moon on Tuesday at 9 p.m. That is both in Eastern Standard Time. I want to go over here because let's look at Sol price action. Just want to see where we're at. Yeah, we keep hovering in this range that is annoying as fuck. It's actually good. Like I'd rather it be like this than super volatile and stuck in a low range, because it just makes NFT trading a lot more easier and fun and more scalable right now. Remnants, do you know if we'll have one-of-one companions? That is a damn good question. No, I as far as I know, we won't, but I can't tell you for sure. Nice art, sir. Can you turn it into an NFT? I mean, sure. I always thought about releasing like a fun free to mint NFT just for shits and gigs. Like all you have to do is pay gas for it. And just making it super like low res. Kind of what Solstice did, but it wasn't free. He definitely came away with like a good little bag from that. Who else did it? Function? I think Function did it. Shill Nye. Dude, I cannot believe that Function is Shill Nye. Wind Bison Paint Collection. Do you have any Cyber Samurais? Yeah, I do. Yeah. I got 10 right now. I really want 20, but we'll see. We'll see. I want to get 20 because I know exactly where that project's heading, and I could just parse, 10. I really don't want to get the whale roll in Discord. Does anybody else feel that? Like they don't want to get a roll. Like I would rather stop at 19, and then be able to like have the flexibility of selling 9 to cover cost and make a profit, so I can just hold the other 10. Like I don't think that should be shamed upon either. But sometimes I feel like it. Like I get. Do you have to play to earn, or can you earn passively as well? Yeah. So you do have to like. It's super simple. I'll reply to Alexander later. I don't even know if he's on right now. But yeah, if you guys don't know about remnants, literally all you do is I check in about 3 times a day, and I collect the loot and I send them back out on trips. That's it, and I get to kind of choose where I want to go depending on their loadout. So like this one is more loot centric, but I also have people that are more like they have a survival guide which increases income, and the best place to go for income is military base. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if he's on right now. Can never have too many Cyber Sams. Exactly. I still feel underexposed. Like super underexposed. That's just me. I need to buy keys. Holy shit. Y'all, I'm at 1 key. I do have a bunch of look at this. I do have a bunch of camp saved up. I've just kind of been keeping on the sidelines just to make sure I'm like using it smart. But Right now, I think you should be upgrading everything. This is like last call before they release the update, which we should get soon. I don't know if Stud's on here. Yeah, you won't be sorry, lads. That's all right. You aren't going to be sorry. I promise you. Just something's brewing. If you guys just look at the sneak peeks, the art alone in itself, which D Gods, has said completely uh, throughout its entire time that it was always about the art, and like that's why they did Dead Gods is because they are trying to. They knew they could do the art better, and Frank's goaded for it. Like he kept it. It's about the art. It's about the community. It's about the fact that Dust is just a fun token that we're gonna do really cool shit with on a social level. And like never made it about, and I think that's what games are going for. Like Remnants says it themselves, like we are a play and earn game. Like, yeah, we want you to be able to earn, we want you to be able to have control over your assets, but your main goal when you play our game should be to have fun. And you do. Like sharing in Saber DAO that like I picked up a metal detector or something like that, and everybody's like, yeah, Pog, dude, that's sick. Let's go. Or radioactive banana, dude. That feeling when you get a banana is insane. And the fact that you can sell it for 10 soul and none of us are, like there's so few people doing it right now, is nuts. I will make everyone who fades us regret it. That is Mamba mentality, baby. Let's go. I'm listening right now, motherfucker. Okay. Not paying me enough. He can't afford me. I told Stud that too. I told him he can't afford me. Look, I get paid really well in real estate. Like, okay, honestly, you can do real estate like decently well and make a killing doing it and not have to work that hard. Like I really don't have to work that hard. I continue to get leads off of my real estate channel and I just refer those leads out for 35% of their commission and I make them do all the hard work these days. But I just grinded for like 2 years. Did more than just about anybody else as far as content goes. I built up my channel and now I just get to like sit here and bull with you guys. Shake, it sounds like Alex is fading Sam's. Do we want to talk to him about that? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Look, I'm all about creating income streams and trying to work smarter, not harder. So I can focus on shit like this. Like Web3 is where I want to be. Full stop. Like I wanted to be in crypto. I used to work for a think tank. So Alex is pouring a warp. uh, yeah, so I used to work in a think tank valuing intellectual property. So I would value patents, mainly in the telecom space. So I worked on the 5G patents, which is really cool. Really, really cool. I mean, you realize how dumb you are when you work with people that are like insanely smart like that. But we kind of valued the patent pool that contributed to the 5G standard. And we said, like, okay, our client was so and so. I don't even know if I can say their name, but they contributed this. They should get 8% of the royalties paid to the 5G standard by like iPhone and Android because they're contributing this to the pool. It was super interesting. I loved that job, but holy shit, it was long hours. And I finally got the opportunity to work in crypto. Like I was going to work in federal receivership, like tracking down wallets and stuff like that for assets in court to like freeze them by criminals and, everything in between. And the guy ghosted me. I've never been professionally ghosted in my life, but I got professionally ghosted. So that killed my love of crypto from like that plus the bear market was like denial to the max. So 2018 to 20 I want to say 2020, early 2020 is like when I was like, you know what? Let's get back into it. I'm bullish again, and I got bullish at the right time. I ended up flipping a lot of like my down bad shit coins from 2018 into Sol. Like I bought almost entirely Sol with it. I was like, we're just gonna find the next one. I saw Sol. I love what they were doing. I love the people that were involved in the community, and most of the stuff said most of the stuff that I bought in about $13 on average. So it was a really good run up. I sold a little bit to like cover taxes and stuff like that, but really I have not sold much, guys. I wish I had stabled a lot more, but I'm just having fun in the space. And now that I have an income stream that I can pretty much steadily rely on, Like I can look at this easy. So my goal for you guys is one, like I will always share NFT alpha, but right now we're trading like pennies on the dollar. Like I don't wake up and I get excited for like a 10 sol pump in floor price unless I bought like 1,000 of them. Um, I wake up and I get excited for what's to come in the future, right? Like I'm looking at this shit for 6 years down the road, or 6 months down the road. We'll get to years first, but 6 months down the road, I'm just looking at projects that are doing something exciting. I think NFTs have a huge potential in real estate. I don't think anybody's doing it right now. We're trading pictures of fucking farm animals, so I don't think the market's ready for it yet. Curse Labs is literally one of the ones who are doing it, and we can see how the market values them. Like they have real world ventures. Uh, they're 4 sol. Meanwhile, we're letting fucking great goats go to 10 sol with dick noses. Dude, that is like the market isn't ready for it. So I think if we continue to like emphasize builders, that's how we advance the market. So like please be so careful with your liquidity. I can tell you I'm only in well, I will be in 5 um, projects, one Catalina, just because holy shit, they are the most connected people in the world. Like in the NFT world. I would say outside of like maybe Kevin Rose over in Ethereum and some of the collabs they have over in Ethereum, they are by far the most connected. Like Frank's the goat when it comes to just social experimenting, but dude, Michael Ross George, Carlo Fox, uh, uh, Shill Bill, they're all like super connected in the entertainment industry. We can see that they got Carl Jones for their first Wagme Beach drop because they're like, ah, fuck it, let's do something super cool. Yeah, Geo, I've been bearish on bears. Like, if you got in early, great, but to say that you could have flipped a floor bear for Tayo or Catalina, or even at one point they were like right on the precipice of catching up with D Gods. You could have flipped one of them for any of those 3 projects, and you didn't. Like, I would just heavily consider like getting caught up in that sentiment because it's so easy to get caught up in like a pumping floor, right? So I don't know. Just just check yourself. Just always have that ego check in NFTs. And Bungie demolished him. Yo, when Bungie said he was a fucking solstice derivative, I died laughing. Um, sorry, I love Alex. I actually think Alex is real, but what is that shit that fucking are you motherfuckers having a convo without me? I hate it here. Um, that's about it that I have for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, like feel free to reach out to me. Literally, the whole purpose of this channel is one to build a community, like a real community. I don't plan on dumping on you guys. Like I will let you know my calls whenever I'm selling anything. Right now, if you're selling shit that you actually have faith in, like that's on you. I think you should keep a trading wallet. I think it should be funded, and I think you should be able to trade some swings, like just to get an idea of what price action is. Because if you can make money in this bear market where people are literally flipping for pennies, like Sol's $40. Like if it pumps $10, it's $400, and I know that means a lot to some of you guys, but also like you're if it's a good project, you're just trading it for peanuts on the dollar. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of good projects in here. Like what I'm doing right now is I'm focusing on high value, low cost plays like Cyber Samurai, like Bothead. I mean, look, if Bothead even goes to half um, the value of Blocksmith, which I hate the Blocksmith comparison. I hate comparisons in general, but they are tackling somewhat of a similar space. They're just doing it different ways. And there's enough utility out of both of them that's unique that I think they'll be fine. Bothead came out with their white paper first. Um, so, keep that in mind. But okay, Bears back up to 114. That's cool. But yeah, my goal is just to literally educate people. I'm trying to onboard the next generation of NFT users. Eventually, I'll come out with like more beginner style videos, but right now I'm just burnt out on editing videos. I just edited my first real estate video in like 3 months. for my actual real estate channel, which is my money maker. Like I should be focusing on that, but I'm just having so much fun in NFTs and seeing what people are building, um, to like really care about real estate. Real estate at its concept, like 90% of realtors, and that's even being generous, should not be realtors. They have no idea about financial concepts, how to negotiate properly. If you guys haven't read Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss and you guys are in sales or anything like that, you're doing yourself a disservice. Definitely read that book. What's my real estate channel? I will go ahead and DM you that. I would like to keep it separate solely because just like I don't tell anybody my NFT channel outside of NFTs, I want them to find it. I want to be able to SEO my channel. That's how I grew my real estate channel. But I will email you because I know you're in the area, Gav. Um, or not email you. I'll Discord you. Fucking what am I, a boomer? I'm not gonna email you shit. Um, yo, another. I cannot believe I keep skipping over this. I need to remove the orcs from my watch list. But uh, why are we undervaluing the suites? Like if I'm not in it anymore. Like I sold out on that little pump of their walkthrough and presentation and stuff, but they didn't announce when they were going to actually drop stuff. But if they deliver on any of this, they actually have a team. Like they're from EA Sports and FanDuel. Like you can actually gamble inside, and I think it's a niche enough space that this would be the metaverse play that I would actually be somewhat bullish on. I'm not. I am somewhat bullish on portals, but dude, look when they released downtown. Like how many people spent more than like 5 minutes downtown? You said it was, oh cool, this is sick, and you just like left. Cool, you're in real estate. I'm a broker in California. My business challenging right now. Yeah, dude, I can only imagine. I imagine high cost, high tax states are going to be like shit on with this recession, and we are in a recession, y'all. That's why I'm saying like if all of this shit went to zero, every single last bit of it, I'd say that sucks, and I would move on with my life. Like it, that's the amount of money I have in this that I'm comfortable with, you know? So this shit, I'm just having fun right now. I hope this shit stays for forever because it is so much fun. I hope the meta changes, obviously. Like, I hope people are setting new standards and stuff like that. But, yeah, Old Redfish says, happy birthday. Yo, it is just 6969. My birthday is not till next week, you motherfuckers. Um, But yeah, I think high cost, high tech states are gonna get fucked by this recession, dude. Like it costs a lot to live in California right now, like a whole lot. Go back to him only. We'll just chat a little bit for the next 4 minutes, and then I'm getting off. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. But otherwise, I'm just gonna talk about real estate, NFTs, where I see this shit going. I think NFTs, real estate is a very addressable market. I think gaming, I'm probably the most bullish on in the midterm. If people can figure out a better model. Like I think the current model works, but if you can't figure out a model to scale your business or your game or your ecosystem, like the games are you're only capped at what however many NFTs you have, and that's assuming that nobody whales into them, right? Like, but in its current state, Remnants is not sustainable because we have people like Later Nerd, who I love to death, but somebody controlling what 2.5% of the entire Remnants is too much power control, right? So if you can't figure out a way to scale it out from there, which we're working on it right now, which is so exciting. Honestly, everything else in the meantime is just like adding to the fun of Remnants. But if you can't figure out a way to, one, you don't want to decentivize whales, right? Like you want people to invest in your project. And I think it should be like what NFTs, gaming NFTs should be for the first 6 months or until you get your game up and running and scalable and stuff is just an alpha. Like it's people playing for fun, a fun experience to engage in the community. If they want to whale in, great, awesome. They're investing in your project. You should reward them. Do I do ETH NFTs? A little bit. ETH is just such a foreign place to me, dude. I tried ETH NFTs when I started. I tried it halfway through or towards the end of this bull market, and I don't understand the meta over there. Like that, the shit this feels way too opaque for me that I can't peer behind. Like Discords aren't active like they are on here. Um, you don't have a lot of founders that are very active on Twitter. Uh, as much shit as we get for all the shit projects we have and all the derivatives that pop up, because it's very easy to launch a derivative on Magic Eden and stuff. Like I don't understand how they're saying that Hello Panther is not a OK Bear derivative with just Panthers. Like that's such a sub. What are you talking about, Magic Eden? I like the exchange. I hate the launchpad. I wish they would do something with the launchpad, or like they're just incentivized to launch a bunch of shit. So, do you think with enough hype, Soul NFT could mint a 10K collection for 30 plus Soul? We're gonna find out with Duppies, essentially. Yeah, that's even more than 10K. And I think if we look at what dust costs, it's shit. What does dust cost? Can we go into Radium? I swear if they make me fucking, oh my god, you guys can't see anyways. If we go to what dust costs, dust. It's 2.32, and they said what, 2? I don't even know how much it's gonna cost. Do I think anybody other than D-Gods can pull it off? Probably not. I would say honestly, like Wagme Beach could possibly pull it off, but I don't know. I'm kind of at a very confused point, because I thought the point of Duppies was to um expand the ecosystem, and that seems like a high barrier to entry for anybody who doesn't have a D god or a dead god, especially. Like if they didn't dead their D god and they weren't earning that kind of dust, like I guess it's only what, like 10 days of staking for. Does anybody remember how much it costs? I can't remember if it's 250 to 375 dust. But if we're talking 375, like that's a $750 mint, which I don't think is bad. Like we have to normalize, if a project is actually proposing something good, they have a proven track record. We obviously love the team over at D-Gods. I don't think that's bad. They just have to have a good allocation of where that money's going. Like Moonbirds. Moonbirds, dude, they asked for 2 ETH. D-God is actually a free mint since they collect 0 soul. Are you saying it's a free mint for D-Gods? Will Duppies have utility like Dead Gods? No. I don't. The last time I heard, they weren't going to collect any dust from Duppies, like staking Duppies or anything like that. I'm sure it'll have some sort of cool social experiment knowing Frank, because that motherfucker's brilliant. I love Frank. Frank obviously cares heavily about this space. It's very forward facing. It's like Soulport Tom. I don't know if Stud's on here, but I wish Stud would. Once they get through the foundational pillars of the game, I think Stud can really be more forward facing. Stud and Tom, they're very good speakers. I love the fucking British accents. Get me every time. Go straight back into their dust pool. So the D-Gods team makes 0 soul from the mint, and they're banking on the royalties working. Yeah. No, I'm not saying anything on. It'll go to the dust pool. I don't know if they do any kind of community, or not community allocation, but team allocation of dust. Like for instance, Remnants they are getting paid in camp essentially, and it's vested over 3 years. So they are incentivized to make sure that camp works and has value. So yeah, I don't know D-God's payment structure for the team as well as I know anything else. I'm sure it's probably just a share of the soul. I would love for them to get paid in dust too. I think that would be sick, because then you're tying your company to the value of dust, the value of your token. Excited for the Juice X Mark podcast? Yes, dude. Mark's a goat. I need to get Mark talking too, because he's a fantastic interviewer. He asked really good questions on both the D-Gods ones. He did Solana Money Boys. and then he did Catalina Whale Mixer, and I thought he was really good. He's just a very good conversationalist. So I'm hoping I can do that same thing with this channel. It's just like bring on really quality projects and just like show the human side of them, like show all the trials and tribulations they went through to get to the project, show what they're building, and just highlight builders. Like I don't want hype projects on here. Like before this, I don't care about. I don't want to say I don't care about OK Bears because they did, they were interesting in how they crafted anything. Like I would be interested in talking with Kais and Case. I don't know if it's Case or Kais, but and Subby and stuff, and talk about Bitbirds and what they learned from that. Like I think that would be cool. But as far as the rest of this shit goes, like Great Goats, I have no interest in talking to any of the Great Goats people. Those dick noses can like literally go somewhere else. They're doing nothing for the space except draining liquidity. So, um, that about does it for me, guys. If you guys have any other burning questions, let me know. Obviously, you can follow me on Twitter at Bison Trades. If you guys don't already, I would imagine most of you guys do, though. And this has been fun. I always enjoy streaming. Y'all, I'm excited. I will eventually have, I'm hoping to have it up by the time that Walker comes on from Hello Moon. So, it makes it easier, one, to ask questions within that chat prior to, but I do want to have a Discord channel. I want to make it free for the time being, and maybe, down the road, if I find I add enough value, do some sort of Patreon, because I do have to monetize this channel, right? Like I have to make a business out of this to make it worth my time in the long run. But in its current state, I don't mind doing like 2 shows a week where I just talk to you guys and talk to cool projects, and we kind of just shoot the shit. So that about does it for me, guys. If anybody has any other questions, let me know. But until then, it's been a pleasure as always. I got to go talk to Dorian. See you later at the Shin Mint. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm so freaking stoked. I hope I mint something cool. I have not minted anything cool in like ages, y'all, unless it was a free mint. So, really excited for that. I actually, you know what? If I could save my mint luck for Bubble Goose, because I plan on selling one and keeping one, like wholeheartedly. But yeah, you're welcome, networking. Seriously, I enjoy this. Please share this with your friends. Please. I'm trying to grow this channel, in case you can't tell, but I'll be working behind the scenes to make the stream a little bit more interesting. We'll do more segments. We'll do more interviews. We'll make this like a super cool channel, and I'll be consistent with it. I'll be as consistent as long as you guys show up, even if there's just like 5 of you guys. As long as I'm talking to somebody and people are engaged, like I'm happy. I'm doing my job. So that about does it for me. I will see you guys later. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys on Twitter. I'll probably be on some spaces later and whatnot. But yeah, just kick it back to some music. Actually, I don't want to kick it back to music. They got me on copyright on my last stream, so I can't monetize it. Not like I don't want to monetize it anytime soon, but I have to be very careful about who I monetize or what kind of music I play so I can monetize down the road. But all right, that about does it for me. Thank you guys so much for listening, for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one. Tuesday, remember, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll have Hello Moon on, and I'm very excited to work with them because their platform is dope. And I'm excited to see what they have stored up for the future, how they plan on monetizing and creating a business from it.